I didn't actually spend all Saturday so far drawing graphs about decision making. No, I didn't. I went down a rabbit hole, but this is fascinating and I still haven't found a solution. And I want to share it if I find a solution or even not. I'm just not sure what's the best way to share this. But it got sparked by a shower thought again. I was in the shower and I realized, or the thought I had was that overthinking in a nutshell is when the opportunity cost of postponing a decision outgrows the value of any additional decision informing information that you get. So to make a good decision, you need information, right? Like if you don't have any information, you probably make bad decisions. So you definitely need to do some research and you definitely need to think a bit about your decisions. Like if I'm just making a snap decision on where I'm gonna move because I want to get out of my parents' house and I don't even do research and I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna go to Bali without doing any research, and then I'm in Bali and suddenly I realize, oh shit, there's actually no internet whatsoever in Bali and I can't work, and now I have to fly back, spend my $800 on a flight and wasted 3 days of my time, right? Obviously that's not the case, but that's just an example, right? So you don't want to just make a snap decision, but how much time should you actually invest on making that decision? Because there's a cutoff point, right? Like if you spend too much time thinking about, oh god, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna move? What exact place am I gonna move to? Looking at hundreds of Airbnbs and looking at all these different countries and cities and trying to consider all the points with languages and the people you want to live there. Well, you end up never making a decision at all, and that's not good either. So where in the middle should you make your decision? And just intellectually, it should be exactly at the point, the best point, the perfect time to make the decision is when, I think I have to go back a step. So I think the learning curve looks kind of like this. So this is time. So over time you learn more. This is the amount of information you get, reading one article, reading 2 articles, reading 50 articles. And in the beginning you have a very steep learning curve. You learn very fast. And as time moves on and you read more and more and you learn more and more, the amount of you actually learning more is only, infinitesimal. It's only very small. So this is your learning curve. So that means that the more you learn, the better you're able to make your decisions, right? Obviously, at some point, the more you learn, it doesn't make that much of a difference anymore, but it does make a difference. So why not just spend years on making your decision? Because if you do 1 year of research, the decision definitely will be better than if you just do 1 day of research, if we take out the emotional part. But the reason why it doesn't make sense to wait a year and do a year of research to make your decision is because, well, now you just spend a year of not doing any other decisions, and so the opportunity cost of just saying, okay, I'm just going to go with this, I'm going to make this decision, and then you have more free time and headspace to actually make more decisions again. So the opportunity cost graph is just a straight line, right? Like the time you take to make a decision, the longer you take, the bigger the opportunity cost of making more decision. And this should be like linear, because if you take this amount of time, for example, to make a decision, if you now spend double the amount of time, you just lost out on one more decision, so it doubles. So if you spend double the amount of time, you can only make half the amount of decisions. Now, at what point do you have to make the decision? In the beginning, you want to learn stuff, right? So you are able to make an educated decision. But you don't want to spend too much time, because then the opportunity cost of you postponing the decision is just bigger. And so I think it looks kind of like this. If you combine the graph, This is the opportunity cost. This is kind of the ROI of you making a decision. The point where your graph of the ROI of making a decision is above the opportunity cost, that's when you should make a decision. And the perfect time to make a decision is at this point when the difference between those two graphs is the biggest. So any of this is still good for you. This is called impulsiveness. If you make a decision while you have so little knowledge that actually making the decision is bad for you. And this is called overthinking area, where the amount of extra time spent of getting more information is less than the opportunity cost of you missing out on making more decisions. So both of these are ROI negative. These are bad for you. This is actually harmful. This area is all ROI positive, but the maximum ROI you're getting at this max point. So where is this? And I don't know. And obviously it is very depending on the person, very much depending on the kind of decision you're gonna make. Some decisions take more time and more research than other decisions. Some decisions have a high risk and have a high return. Some have low risk and low return, and all of these things. And so I'm trying to come up at least with the concept of defining where that point lies. I mean, I would lie if I would tell you that I didn't actually spend the rest of my day even more on this. It expanded even more. I'm actually debating whether I should make a video about this. I had a call earlier with Ricky talking about this. And it actually made me one thing realize, maybe actually two, that it's actually practical. And it's not just, blurting out things. So maybe I'm gonna do a video about this tomorrow, but now it's midnight, so I'm not gonna make a video right now. But I actually did something else in between. I went to a Christmas fairy market for like an hour because my parents told me I should go, and if your parents tell you something, you just do it. But yeah, that was my day today. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think yesterday I talked about it, about planning to do nothing. I didn't actually plan to do nothing for that long, but I didn't block off time. I did block off a lot of my time on Saturday for, nothing specific. So I got all the things that I wanted to get done, like edit the vlog and getting back to some clients, and then the rest was just up in the air. And so when I had that random shower thought, I actually had the opportunity to go down that rabbit hole. And even though maybe this is just, nothing practical and it's just like a fun exercise that, trains my brain a little bit and it doesn't actually have any usefulness, that's still fine, I feel like, because I enjoyed it a lot. And that's actually the physicist in me coming back, I think. Because if you guys didn't know, I studied physics in college before I dropped out. So yeah, maybe it's coming back. But anyway, let me actually know if you in any way are interested in me sharing this whole thing and kind of my thought process and where I feel like it's still missing something in the decision making and what I learned from and whatever. But now I'm gonna go to bed. So thanks for watching, and then see you tomorrow. Peace out. Hey.
Hard to wake up when there's no alarm to wake you up. Sitting, breathing, doing all the things I hate a lot. But why now?